Hello friends, welcome to this video. In this video we will learn about lists and tuples in Python. So let's get started. So in order to create a list, what is a list? In a list you can store multiple values in a variable in Python using a list. So in order to create a list, we will type the name of the list, for example my list, then equal to sign, then a pair of square brackets. Then within these square brackets you can type the values you want to store in the variable mylist. For example, I will type apples, grapes, tomatoes and press enter. Now if I type print my list, so the contents of the list will get printed on the IDLE shell. In your case it will get printed in your terminal if you are using the CMD. Now let me show you some other things about the list. Suppose you want to extract the first item of the list. All you have to do is type the name of the list and the index value of the item. For example, in my case I will type 0, and then you can see that apples get extracted. If I want to extract the second item from the list, I will type the index value of the second item and it will get extracted. And if I want to check the number of items in a list, all I have to do is type the function len, and then within parentheses I will have to type the name of my list. So in my case it is my list. You will see that there are 3 items in the list, my list. Suppose you want to add another item in the list. For this purpose you will do is my list dot append, and within parentheses type the name of the item. So in this case suppose I want to add potatoes in the list, so I will type my list dot append and within parentheses the name of the item and press enter. Now if I check my list, you will see that potatoes has been added to the list. Suppose I want to add another item, but I want to add it at the index. I want to show it after the grapes. So I will type the index value of this item. So in this case is 0 1 2, so I will type 2. Sorry, first of all I will have to type my list and then insert, and then within parentheses I will type the index value at which I want to show a particular item. So in this case I want to show it at the index value 2, so I will type the 2 and then comma and then the name of the item. So in this case I want to add suppose bananas, press enter. Now if I check my list, sorry, as you can see, the banana item has been inserted at index position 2. Let me show you another thing about list. Suppose you want to remove any item from the list, all you have to do, type my list dot remove and the name of the item. Suppose I want to remove the item potato from this list, so I will type potatoes and press enter. Now if I check my list, As you can see, the potatoes has been removed from the list. Now suppose I want to remove I want to remove something using the I want to remove something from this list using the index value. For this purpose I will use the pop function. So I will type my list dot pop, and then I will type the index value of that particular item. Suppose I want to remove these grapes, so the index value is 0 1, so I will type 1 and press enter. Now if I check my list, you will see that grapes have been removed from this list. Okay, now let me create a new list, and I am entering here suppose watermelon. Press enter. Now this new list is watermelon. So we can also do this, we can add two lists also. So in this case, let me show you using print function. Let me type print and then my list plus new list and press enter. You will see that the contents of these two lists are combined. We can join two lists using this plus symbol. Okay, now let me show you the tuples. So in order to create a tuple, type name of the tuple, then equal to sign, and then a pair of parentheses. So the difference between a tuple and the list is you cannot update the items in a tuple. In order to create a list, you use a pair of square brackets, and in order to create a tuple, you use a pair of parentheses. So in this case, let me type anything here, anything, something, everything, press enter. Now if I want to show the contents of this tuple, so you can see my tuple has been created. The difference between a tuple and the list is that you can update the items of the list, but you cannot update the items in a tuple. For example, let me show you the items of my list. These are two items. Suppose I want to change the item number at index value 0. So for this purpose I will type my list, and then then a pair of square brackets, and the index value 0, and then equal to sign. I want to insert for example a number here 100. So press enter. Now if I check my list, you will see that the word apple has been replaced by the value 100. So you can update the items in a list, but if you want, you cannot update the items in a tuple. For example, if I type my tuple, you can see these are the three items in my tuple. So if I try to update the items of my tuple, if I type anything here, so I will get a traceback error. So this is the basic difference between a list and a tuple, that you can update the items. You can update a list, but you cannot update a tuple. So I hope you must have got something to learn from this video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.